Hello and welcome back to the Ask Johnny channel. Microchips, do we need them? Are they important? Well, pretty soon we're gonna bloody well find out.
If it ever does, would you believe it? Would you have the nerve to talk about it?
G'day Johnny here, we are back for another exciting episode. G'day Johnny, yeah, let's get on to it. It's an important show today, that's for sure. Alright Johnny, here it comes. This is from Blaze, and Blaze is in Tuscany. Hello to everybody in Tuscany, keep watching us, especially Blaze. But Johnny, Blaze asked Johnny, I've heard Sweden is advocating microchips for humans. Is this a good idea, Johnny? Signed, Blaze from Tuscany. Thanks, Blaze. She's put kiss, kiss, kiss. Thanks, Blaze, very, very much. Johnny, are we all going to be bloody microchipped? Microchips? Oh, Jesus, they've been talking about it for years, Johnny. I don't know whether it's a good thing or not. I suspect it's not a good thing, if you ask my opinion.
Let's have a little look at this crazy story out of Sweden. I don't want to generate hysteria. That's the
most cutting-edge thing about Hannes Sjöblad isn't the phone in his hand. It's the microchip actually in his hand. The tiny implant is the latest advance in a biohacking technology that is steadily becoming a part of normal life in Sweden.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, have a look at that!
Demonstrated how it's possible to scan the chip with his phone to bring up a PDF that showed all the details of his EU digital COVID certificate, a pass somewhat similar to the US vaccine card. This means it's always accessible for me or anyone else. Oh good old anyone else. The government, Big Pharma, the CIA, good old...
In Sweden, more than anywhere else, the future is already here. The national train company SJ has around 2,600 people signed up to use microchips instead of train tickets.
You see, Johnny, all these things start out as a good idea at the time. I agree. People sort of don't think far enough down the track to what it could lead to.
I don't want to generate hysteria. That's the opposite side of...
And our fundamental freedoms can be put at risk, Johnny.
But, you know, when you hear, like, stories like, hey, one advantage of this current pandemic and the vaccine mandates is it does create opportunities for regulation and legislation that you wouldn't even have countenanced just 5 years ago. But at least we're not in Philip K. Dick dystopia crazy territory of people becoming sort of half robots. Well, not yet, but let me tell you.
I don't know what the Swedes are thinking. They think, oh yeah, it's a good idea, we'll just get microchipped and it's just for
I need to first blip my chip and it will log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Also, another good thing is more low-paid jobs will disappear, all thanks to World Rice Cream. Beep, beep, you're unemployed now.
Johnny, do you mean to tell me that the governments of the world one day expect everybody out there to have a microchip? And Elon's been on about this for bloody years. He's even developing a bloody chip to go in your brain, Johnny. He's already put it in pigs. Yes, of course. I can't believe governments would do such a thing, Johnny. He says that we're already bloody cyborgs anyway because we're carrying around in our pocket a computer and telephone and every bloody thing you can think of, tracking device and everything. We're already just carrying it around in our pockets. He's just advocating now putting it in your bloody head.
I can't believe I'm giving you specs on a brain chip, but here we go. These electrodes won't damage your brain.
If they're inserted very carefully, so that the robot actually images the brain and makes sure to avoid any veins or arteries, so that the electrodes can be inserted with no noticeable damage. You sort of think like if you stab something with a wire, surely it will bleed, but actually at a really small scale, it does not.
Oh, Wally across the road, he's German setter. It's got a microchip. Doesn't seem to do him any harm. Dogs get done, Johnny, but we don't give a stuff about dogs. What about down the bloody road when they want to bloody track you everywhere? But it's for the good of everybody, isn't it? Oh yeah, it won't be used for any of that stuff. They say, no, it won't be used for any of that stuff. Don't be silly. Yeah, now you mention it. Yeah. As in the past, Johnny, human nature takes over and they say, hang on, we'll just slip this little bloody, we'll slip this little idea in, and in 10 bloody years, we're fully hooked up. Controlling everybody, Johnny, that can't be right. And one day when your little baby's born, they'll be putting this stuff in every bloody baby just because it's the right thing to do these days. And if a bloody doctor forgets to do it, well, you'll sue the doctor and say, hey, my kid hasn't had his bloody microchipped, he's been disadvantaged. I reckon a few people out there have got to start reading Orwell's 1984. Yeah, Johnny, 1984. I was a kid back at high school, Johnny. I read 1984 and I thought, oh, Christ almighty, imagine living in a world like that. Well, it's coming bloody true as we sit here and watch it, Johnny.
This means it's always accessible for me or anyone else. Oh, good. Good old anyone else. The government, Big Pharma, the CIA, good old anyone else.
But Johnny, the people, surely people won't allow that sort of thing to happen. I thought the Swedes had more bloody brains than that, Johnny, you know.